Welcome back, Nick Lenz's Comic Corner, classic slash non-classic. This is episode number 413 and Doubleshot number 334. Two Spider-Man trades. First up, it's, and this is kind of a big one, Spider-Man by Todd Dezago and Mike Wieringo. I think that's how you pronounce the person's name. This book collects issues 7 through 24 and negative number 1 for the Sensational Spider-Man series. Yeah, it's 19 issues. This book is really thick, and get this, the original cover price for this thing is $40. I'm a little surprised a lot of people get their hands in this book. Yeah, this book, it just contains most of the Sensational Spider-Man series, not the entire thing of it. Mainly, it just basically, well, for the first, 5 issues of this book, basically, it's just Ben Reilly, but starting issue 12, switch back to Peter. And from issue 12 to 24, it's all Peter. They even have a version of the Vulture in here, which was seen in the Spider-Man animated series, which some of you are probably thinking, huh, that's interesting. Oh yeah, and you also fight Swarm in here as well, which is interesting. They even have reference to, yeah, here's one for you. Yeah, here's Swarm fighting the Champions. And no, Spider-Man was not there. I want to show you, if I can find it here, what the Vulture looks like in here. Yep, the Vulture. Yeah, they even have the frickin' Trapster in here, which is something. Yep, here's the Trapster. Yep, he's one of the many villains that pop up in this particular book. Let's see here. We have somebody who takes the identity of the Prowler. Kazar and his wife Shanna, the she-devil, shows up in here as well. Let's see, where is the Vulture? I know I saw him in here. Just gotta find him first. He doesn't wear the classic green suit, and he's actually much more younger. Yeah. Yeah, it's something he did in the 90s, where he also briefly. This is also something that he also adapted to the animated series. Yeah. It also is because of this series we get introduced to a brand new character who we introduced to a couple of new characters. One, of course, is Arthur Stacy, the brother of Captain George Stacy. His daughter Jill does not show up in here at all. Not that I can think of, no. Yeah, his daughter doesn't show up in here at all. And here's kind of the interesting thing about Jill. She actually has a very striking resemblance to the late Gwen Stacy. Yeah, Peter's commented about that a couple times throughout whenever she shows up. Let's see here. They have 3-part in here where he teams up with, well, besides Kazar and Shanna, he also teams up with the Hulk. And this, of course, is after Onslaught. And look, it's Stegoron. Currently, he's appearing in the pages of Venom. He's currently the main villain of the current Venom story arc. Yeah, basically, anytime he shows up, I'm not, mad anytime this character shows up. I laugh every time it shows up. Here's the Vulture. Yep, this is what the Vulture looked like in the early 1990s. And those of you who watched the Spider-Man animated series from 1984, this is the appearance that he took on in that very series. Yeah. And besides, of course, having the Vulture show up in here, we also have appearances by, let's see here, the Living Pharaoh. Yeah, he shows up in here, though for some reason he possesses a woman for some strange reason. Yeah, the Living Pharaoh is a old X-Men villain. Yeah, he's a personally enemy of Havoc. Yep. Let's see here. Yeah, not much else. Yeah, he also teams up with Doctor Strange in here. Look, all the issues in here are really, really good. It's really enjoyable to read these issues. None of the issues are bad. Not even the Clone Conspiracy. Not even the Clone Saga stuff. Now, basically, the people who were basically on the names of the cover, they're actually the writers of all these issues with Rich Case. Mike Wieringo basically is also the artist of some of these issues with Luke Frost, Josh Hood, Rich Case, who was also one of the writers, Jason Armstrong, Todd Newdick, and Pop Mahan. Yeah. All the issues in here are really good. Those of you who like the Sensational Spider-Man series, it was actually one of the few good things that started during the Clone Saga and lasted for a few good years. It lasted for 33 issues, and this contains a good chunk of the series. But as far as I can tell, most of the series at this point has been fully put into trade. Excuse me. I'd probably say that the only issue is probably not put in the trade that I can think of is probably like 25 to 30, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, all the issues are really good, 9 out of 10. Next up is Spider-Man Lifeline, which contains the original Lifeline story from issues 68 to 75, and also done by the legendary duo of Stan Man Lee and John Romita Sr. Yep. And then of course there's the sequel mini-series, Spider-Man Lifeline, which is done by, yeah, it's written by Fabian Dezago. With let's see if I can find it here. The artwork in this three-parter is done by, if I can find it here. Let's see if I can find it here. I know it's in here someplace. Just gotta find it. I think maybe it's at the end of the issue. Sometimes basically when they do these things, they have it where the characters okay, it's the writing the artwork is done by Steve Rude, which is similar art style to that of the awesome Steve the Objectivist Ditko. Now, during the course of the original storyline, we see the debut of three very famous Spider-Man villains. One, of course, actually recently showed up in the pages of Spider-Man 2099. As a matter of fact, he was a recurring villain throughout this most recent volume, the period David did, which sadly ended after 25 issues, which I was not very happy with. That was a good series. There was two other characters making a debut in this storyline. One is Silvermane, who is also noteworthy for being an enemy of Cloak and Dagger, and he's also indirectly responsible, basically giving them the powers. And then, of course, there's also the Shocker, who made an appearance in the Spider-Man Homecoming film, making his first ever cinematic appearance. Also, his first ever live-action appearance. So, yeah. It's great the fact that they decided to do this. Now, these issues, this is not the first of these issues have been collected. These issues have also been collected in, I don't think an Epic collection, no. I think it's collected in a Marvel Masterworks book. I'm not sure which volume, and I know that these issues were also collected in one of the showcase, in one of these Central Marvel books. Of course, those issues were in black and white. Also, the Kingpin and the Lizard are in these issues. Yep. Also, this the three-parter for issues, the issues that feature Silvermane, that was adapted into a three-part episode from Spider-Man the Animated Series. Though for some reason they replaced Mountain Man Marco with Tombstone. No idea why. And also they gave Silverman a daughter. Smoking hot woman, by the way. Yeah. And they also had Peter try to date her for one episode. Yeah. But it's simply very close to this original story. All about getting this tablet. Yep, that's the whole point of this storyline, is to get this tablet and for Silverman to turn himself young. Though in the course of the TV show, they actually had it where he was a baby for a little while, and then he got turned back to being old via the Vulture. Yep. But this is all really good. The follow-up story simply is just set. It's basically a single story. Instead of having Captain George Stacy in the story, they have his brother Arthur Stacy, who's also in the story as well. Gwen Stacy's in the original story. She doesn't do anything. She's just there just for drama. And of course, Flash Thompson shows up in the story. This is actually when he was they had him briefly go away for about a year or two just so he could fight in Vietnam, and of course he came back. Though for some reason in the mid 2000s they decided to have him go overseas again, this time to Iraq where he lost his legs, and then he became Venom. Yep. But the issues that Stan Lee and Fabian Dezago do is classic. Yeah, those are very classic issues. But the issues in here are really good. I'm going to give this a 9.5 out of 10. Purely amazing. Classic Spider-Man. Excuse me, at its finest. So, oh yeah, Doctor Strange shows up in the issues as well, I should also point out, yeah. And in the sequel story, they had a version of Boomerang show up, and I'm like, when I look at this guy, this does not. When I think of Boomerang, I don't think of this guy. Yeah, apparently this is Boomerang in this miniseries. I have no idea why he's even here, and of course Hammerhead's in this miniseries. Yep, which I think he's supposed to be a stand-in, because the whole point of the miniseries Lifeline, it's just a sequel to the original storyline. From issues 68 to 75 of Amazing Experiment Volume 1. 9.5 out of 10. Not much else I can say about those two books, but they're two really good books. I highly recommend them. So, that's it for this episode. Stay tuned for the next episode, which it's going to be a Spider-Man trade and a Suicide Squad trade. Okay? You'll find out exactly which trades they are in the next episode, which will be episode 414 and Doubleshot number 335. Okay? But until then, I will see you there. Bye.